innovative content, global audience.
To most people, she is the role model of charity, compassion, and selflessness to homeless and the destitute. She is the beacon that gives hope to their desperate living. A virtuous woman of God, Mother Agatha Ono Moroswa Selo Onameje, but fondly called Mother Oreswa, has without doubt made a massive impact in the lives of many people. She is changing the world and inspiring a lot of people in her own way. Her journey wasn't easy though. She was criticized and humiliated, but that did not stop her. Of course, she kept moving. In the process, she has taught us the true essence of charity. Who is this Mother Oreswa? Mother Oreswa is a missionary nun who is one of the greatest humanitarian of our time. She is the founder of the Anna Wynne Homes, an NGO called the Association for the Poorest of the Poor. Another Mother Teresa, if you ask me, yes, she is taking that footstep and she is doing it 100%. I could go on and on about this amazing woman of God, but I know viewers, you want to meet her already. So I will just introduce you to my guest. But before then, this is Community Heroes, where we bring you amazing people, people who carry the burdens of others, people who are wiping the tears of the people who have no one to care for them, people who, regardless of the struggle, of the stress in what they do, they keep smiling and they are happy, they have passion for making sure that their fellow human beings are okay. These are the kind of people we celebrate on Community Heroes. And I am reaching you live from our SRTV studio here in London, the world's capital city. My name is Princess Kessy. Of course, you know, we live in a world where everyone is so in haste to one place or the other. Nobody cares about another person. The economy is tough enough, it's hard enough. So why would you want to carry the burden of another? These are some of the questions we'll be throwing to our mother today. And I'm very happy this morning to be in the presence of great women of God, women doing amazingly well, doing exploits in a society where people only think about themselves. They are here carrying the burdens of so many people, and they're doing it with joy. Viewers, help me this morning to welcome the amazing woman of God, Mother Oreswa. Good morning, Mother. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, dear Princess. Thank you so much.
And also I have with me Mrs. Felicia Agbakoba. She is the chairperson of the Association for Poorest of the Poor and Wynne Home, London branch. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning. You have to speak up so we can get to hear you, Mrs. Felicia, so that I can hear Mother very well, but I barely struggle to hear you. Now, Mother, let me throw this first question to you. How was the journey like? Where did it start from? Because I went through your profile and I was like, wow. This is close to Mother Teresa. You know, people who will want to think that name alone, poorest of the poor, that is extreme. And where did that come from, Mother?
Well, it's a long journey. It will take a whole day, if I may say. A journey with a vision and a purpose and a need takes long. It's not how far anyway, but it's how well. The journey started in 1994. And then during that period, as I will say, I was just, my mind, my heart was just for the poor. Following the conjunction in the Bible, which said, whatever you do to this least, you did unto me. Anytime I pass someone on the road, especially my passion goes to women with children sitting by the roadside, and also children abandoned. Then you have street boys, street girls. Then young mothers with a wanted pregnancy and contemplating abortion, my heart bleeds when I come across them. I was in a religious group for almost 18 years, Sacred Hearts in Benin, Edo State. But after that, I needed a fulfillment. I'm grateful that I had that calling, the religious background, the foundation to keep me going. But I have to go and meet them where they are. So I left the cloister of a religious order and went straight to the streets. As you already said, it was not easy. So I was on the street for almost 15 years. And who were those by me? People who also want to do the work, but cannot do it. I was getting sponsors, support from a lot of humanitarian and philanthropy people who desire to make sure these people get back their dignity. So they were going along with me. So I formed an NGO called Association for the Poorest of the Poor. And through that NGO, I was able to get some assistance and help because this work needs some financial assistance. So as I was doing that, being alone with some volunteer people, young girls and young boys started coming and they were interested in this work. So I decided to open congregation that will follow up and continue this work. 2015, I founded a congregation called the Missionary Sisters for the Poorest of the Poor. So that was of great help. We expanded from Abuja to Kaduna, Kaduna now to Ghana.
Wow.
So I came back home. I said, no, I must do something more in my home community village, which is Edo State. So I went back home and for the extension because I also have some less privileged ones at home to be taken care of. So 2019-18, I started the male aspect of the apostolate. Because these children are grown now, some of them I picked, some of them I took from their mother mentally ill. My first two children now are 28 years old.
Wow.
Just finished, they've done their youth corps, and they are working.
Wow.
So some of my children also, they are married, so I'm like a grandmother too now.
That is amazing.
Yes, the majority of them are. But they need follow-up because they come back to me and say, Mommy, where is my home? That's where tears come from me. So I am opening also a skill acquisition center where they can be equipped and sustained so that they can take care of themselves. You know, the country now, the Nigeria, you have to just fetch for yourself.
That is right.
Yes. So another task I'm doing now there in Abuja is to open a skill acquisition center where they can learn a lot of skill and be self-reliant and self-sufficient. Because so if we even find a job after school, it's difficult.
Quite difficult.
Very difficult. And that can lead them to back to the streets and join these ill, circumstances. So now, as I said, I have two major needs now to open to a home for the one in Edo State and to have the skill acquisition center in Abuja.
Wow.
So I already have the brothers working tirelessly, and I'm really happy because youth nowadays, they don't want to sacrifice,
At
but
all.
this is a calling. If you
Yes.
have the call and you are focused, nothing can disturb you. And that's the dream and what I have for long. Let me give. I have my little, this thing. Let me give. I cannot pass by without giving a smile to someone.
And
You know?
that is what the world needs today. You know, we live in a
Yes,
society where people are under pressure. Some people dress
exactly.
well, but deep down, they are
Yes,
very sad. They're going through a lot. That is
yes,
well said, Mother. We say thank you. It is not easy to notice the pain of another person,
yes,
especially in a world where everybody just wants to get everything for themselves and their
yes,
family.
yes.
Now,
Mhm.
Mrs. Abokoba, I'm going to throw this to you. How do you feel being part of this initiative? Being the chairperson here, I know you've been with this organization for years. How is it like being a part of such a movement, putting smiles on the faces of the people, the less privileged, knowing fully well that, like I said, the society is not even friendly when we talk about the economy of today? How do you feel being about this movement?
I feel very happy because I was looking for somebody or a group that has the same aspirations as I have to help the less privileged. And then I was introduced to Mother Orezoa, and we took it up from there. And
Okay, we're having a little bit of network with Mrs. Felicia. So, Mother, I'm just going to throw this to you. Mother, why the I know you have so many NGOs, the Foundation for the Less Privileged. Now, where did that name come from? What brought about the poorest of the poor, Mother? And why the focus on the poor?
Not the poorest,
Yes,
because
Mother, the poorest.
yes, yes. Why the focus on the poor, the poorest, as you rightly say? Um, when I'm sure, before you came to that studio, you must have passed along the road, and some people you met or you've seen, they are not your main, um, they are not those that is in your mind right now, but they need to be taken care of. They need assistance. So sometimes we hurry in life, pursuing what can sustain us as a family, and we forget someone by our side who even have greater needs than I have. Those are the poorest. Those are the poorest in the society. They are, because I've picked a lot of children in the pits, yes, thrown out in the dustbin without nobody even noticing them. The mentally ill that are driven away from their family, and they are, castrated, as some of them are bad, they are witches and all, but they go through depression in life and nobody is listening to them. So the only way they can find solace is to go out and look for someone who will give them a smile. Those are the poorest. Then you have the street boys and street children on the street. Why are they on the street? So many of them have no parents. So many of them cannot take care of themselves. Even some of them do go to the street to see what they can get to take care of their aged parents. Those are the poorest. Hello? Hello?
That is quite amazing. Mother, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
That
So
is quite
the
amazing.
poorest are those that nobody even care to have just a minute to look at them, to ask, how are you? Or just to say hello. And there are so many, as I said, you came to your studio now, you pass so many on the road. They just want a smile to say hello. That can help them to go a long way. So those are the poorest people that the government don't recognize, nobody recognize, nobody even feel to take up their own body. And the word Anawim is a Hebrew word.
Okay.
Yes, it's a Hebrew word. It's shortening the name instead of just because many people are saying that, you know, some of these Pentecostal or moral. No, nobody is poorest. I said because you have not seen them. Everybody is. He said no, they are born to be great and all. I should not use that name on them. So I look for a shorter name, which is Anawim. But in Hebrew, if you go to the Bible, there are those people that were neglected during the time of Babylon. You know, many of them left, and those who could not be taken care of were left behind. So they are the hopeless, helpless people who nobody don't want to associate with. That is the Anawim in Hebrew.
Wow, that is quite amazing. Now we have Mrs. Felicia back. I do hope that her network will allow us to hear from her. Can you hear us now, ma'am?
I can hear you.
Yes,
Princess.
I asked earlier, how is it like the journey? You being part of this great movement, you know, we live in a society where people tend to be so much in a hurry. And of course, in a hurry for their own good, not the good of others. So it's quite amazing to know you're a part of this initiative. Now, how's it like being part of this movement of putting smiles on the faces of the people, especially the poorest? Okay, we cannot hear you. Your audio is quite low. All right, just gonna continue with Mother. So, Mother, how's the journey been so far with you? You know, you do quite a lot for these people. Now, how's it been so far over the years?
I will say, you know, with God, nothing that is not possible.
That is right.
Yes. I rely more on my spiritual energy. That is what has been keeping me going. Because the government and individual, as I said, they have been helping.
Alicia, you need to turn off your audio so we can get to hear Mother very well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Then I'll leave the room. I thought I've been near the internet.
Can you go to the kitchen?
Okay, I'll go to the kitchen. But it should have been better here.
So, as I said, it's not an easy journey. Christ already told you, if you want to follow me, take up your cross. So when I go through the difficult moments, you know, humiliation and all that, I go to meet him, Jesus that I'm following. And I see his strength of journey too. It wasn't easy for me. For him, he was, you know, false accusation, injustice was done to him, he was abused and all. I've passed through all those, but physically, it's not easy, it's painful, but spiritually, it's for my salvation. So when I go through all those purification, I call it purification of myself. Because actually, what I want to tell people on earth, whatever you do, it's not for that person. I learned a lot more from these people I have been working with for the past 28 years. I remember, you know, there are 4 different apostolates. You have the mentally ill, you have the children, you have the street boys, you have the young, unwanted, pregnant young girls, you know. Then, of course, I go to the hotel where the young women are, the uneasy women called uneasy, they are the prostitutes. So my interaction with them, I feel more fulfilled because when I give and sacrifice, myself. Listen to them, you know, being empathy with them, I gain a lot. My faith in God increased. My patience, I'm more patient and depend more on divine providence. You remember when you called me this morning, I have been here sorting for form, going through the different branches, telling them I know God will provide, but heaven help those who help
Help
themselves.
themselves.
Exactly. But see what is going on now. I never planned this. You didn't know me from nowhere. I was just putting down, getting ready to go to mass to pray because I'm on my way back to Nigeria. And when you gave me this call, and I told the chairperson, look at what is happening. Although we are not too comfortable because how can you just call this morning? But that was God's design. So I rely. And sometimes nothing in the home at all. As I'm telling you, nothing.
Now, how
Sometimes
do you feel,
the
mother?
people,
Like
the
you
people,
said, sometimes nothing in the home, but you must cater for these children. Some of them are very young and they will not
yes,
understand that, the
yes,
fact that you don't have it at that moment. How does it feel and how do you go through that kind of challenges, mother?
that is what I'm telling you. I just go straight to God. I give you a story. There was one time I went out in Abuja. Sometimes I go to my friends, classmates, some of my benefactors, some associate members. They also have their family problem. Now it's more difficult because everybody in Nigeria, we say, are poor now because most of them cannot fend for their family. At least 80% of Nigerians are finding it difficult. Are they those people I come and ask again? Even milk and all. I remember one of them telling me, sister, you are still looking for beverage for these children? Even my children, they can't afford. So give what you have.
Wow.
You know. So we go back to soaking gari and salt. And to tell these children, they will not understand because they have been having something. Okay, is it with the mentally ill? There was one day I left because the headquarters in Gwagwalada. I have to go to the city, Gariki, to go and spend for something and see if I can get some associate member. So I came back around 5:30, exhausted, I'm tired, and I came back with nothing because they promised. There was promise. There's accounts I gave them, so hoping that they will put. One of the mentally ill just came tired and I squeezed my face. I was, oh, mama, you don't come? Welcome. What did you buy for me? You buy chicken? I want to eat chicken. I said, Olu, if you don't leave my side now, with that, because I was exhausted, tired, immediately I entered the room. What happened? One of the sisters called me, we have a visitor. And the visitor brought 5 live broiler chicken.
Wow. God's intervention, right?
Live broiler chicken. This visitor did not come with big car and all. He just came with tied. I said, I look at Olu. This is a mentally ill woman. I said, please, your chicken is here and I'm very sorry. Because sometimes you doubt God. God can push you to the extent that you'll be hopeless and helpless. But that's when He is present. So we should never lose hope, Nigeria, because we are going through a lot of difficult periods right now. But God is present. And
Wow.
most of the time, I rely on divine providence, just as you came into the Anna Wim life today.
Wow, that is quite amazing, mother. Now you said earlier that some of your children they are graduate, they're even serving, some are working, some are,
Yes,
now what are some of the other progress made so far over the years?
as I said, some of them are happily married, and I have school.
Okay.
Yes, I have school. When I started early back 20 20 years ago, and my children, I couldn't afford actually to pay because the other school, and I was looking for scholarship for them. It was not easy. I'm an educationist, and some of the sisters are. So I opened school called Ifan Jesus, Anna Infant Jesus Primary. Now it's a secondary school. I think about 5 sets have passed out with good results. These
Wow.
are the ones that went to the university, and some of them are.
Is this school just for your children, the children from the home, or outsiders as well can come into that academy?
Outsiders, and it's good for my children because they can integrate with other children and feel, that social integration. So they are from other children, but it's in the village, it's so difficult. School fees, to pay school fees is very difficult. So thinking that the profit I have, I will use it for the Anawin children from the school.
From the school. That is
Yes.
quite impressive, mother. Now,
Yes.
you're a mother of so many children, and we know
Mm.
that these children have different emotions. Sometimes they just want to be this one, sometimes they want to do this, and sometimes they could be sad because of the environment. Now, how do you deal with this? And of course, how do you bring them out of that kind of mood when they are in that mood?
Oh, it's not easy actually. That's why I started two congregations, one for the men, the other one for the women. Um, I'm a counselor too. So some of them are counselor, some go through some psychological um, tests to make sure because these children I took when they were young, some from mentally ill, some from depression home, they need counseling too. They need to be assisted. So they just have to do with what is going on. I get so many calls from them. Like one now just called me. She finished and she did a Greek science. She has been looking for a job. Although I have a land for farming, but I need the capital. I trained them to go to, some of them to be an agric person, some to do this social service, so that they can also give back to the home. Yeah.
Yes.
But I need capital to start. So he cannot work there. And some of these youths want a white collar job. So he called me again yesterday, sent his this thing, say, Mommy, I've not gotten a job. Please help me. So I said, my dear, what do I do? Find your youths. How do they get a job? But with this skill acquisition, maybe it will help. But even though they get it, they still have capital to start. They make shoes, they make handbag. So, but I need capital to give them to start all this.
Wow, that is
So,
interesting.
yes,
Mother, we are super proud of you. I am so thrilled right now to be even in your presence this morning. You've done so well. You're doing so much, and God will definitely reward you for all this. Now, talking about capital and funding, how's it been like? You did say that sometimes it's not easy. You don't have the money, and sometimes it's difficult also meeting the needs of these children, these very helpless children. And sometimes as well, you had to create other means of getting funds just to take care of them. But how's the journey of funding been so far?
it has not been easy at all. As I said, I have to go around. That's why the associate member, did me, Mommy Teresa, Felicia, like now, she is trying to set up more associate members to assist. If it's monthly or so, they can assist the home. So they
Okay.
have been of great help. Then I have also some other NGO. Like now, you have come in now. We enroll you as one of them.
I am coming. Yes, God actually brought me here. And
So,
I'm so
like,
excited.
yes, if you read,
Now,
yes, if you read the website, We have some of them NGO from outside the country who also come and assist. They build the school. Some put borehole there. So it has not been easy. But you know, in our Nigeria context, I just get the local fund to feed them and take care of them. But for big projects, it's foreign people that do assist.
But moving forward, mother, what kind of collaboration with your organization be looking forward to?
The Well, as I said, if I can get an NGO who can really be of financial help,
Yeah.
yes. When I have project like now, there's a house I need to buy. The house is there, but I can't pay for it, so that I can move the children there, which is very expensive. It's almost 40 million. Then to build the skill acquisition center in Abuja, I have the land there. The brothers are there. Everything is mapped out, but I have to put up the building. They also have started making shoes, where they can learn a lot of things, mechanic, especially the boys, computer, sewing, hairdressing, when they finish school, they can go there. But I need to build a place. So these are the two major constraints I have right now.
Well, with the hope that somebody that is listening to you right now will want to key into it, will want to partner with you, because I feel like you're doing exploits. So other people should take a clue from this. Other people needs to partner to join hands with you. This is not a job for one person or even 10 persons. I know how it is when we grew up in a home, we have both parents. We want this, we want that. Sometimes it was still quite difficult for our parents to meet these needs. Talk more of when you have a lot of children, and their needs might be different emotion, like I said. So we understand what you're going through, mother. We do hope that somebody will see this and the person will want to partner with you. That is the essence of my show, where we celebrate your kind, and of course we tend to connect you to people so they can get in touch with
You
you.
are really God sent. I told you you have taken some of my burden off, because this morning I was really saying, God, well, everything depends on you when you gave your call.
And
I,
thank you for using me this morning, ma. So, how can people reach out to you? I need you to call out your mobile phone numbers, your website, or your address where they can get to find you and the kids as well.
okay, I will send it to you. Is that
No, you can just say it so they can hear you.
okay? My mobile phone is 08035951455. 08035951455. Then the website is anawinhomes.com. And my email is oreswa@yahoo.com. Yes.
That is quite amazing.
Can
I hope
can I
that.
invite one of the associate member? You can use this one. Let me
Yeah,
call him.
even Mrs. Felicia as well. I don't know, Ma, can you hear us now so we can bring you on?
You can, but you can't hear. They can't hear you.
But I
Mommy,
can't
can
see.
you use
No,
it?
mother, I can see her here with us, but I can't see her face. That's why I've not put her on the screen. I can't see her face. She's not positioned very well. Yes, I can see you now. So we'll just bring you on the screen, and I will, mother, if you have any other person you want to bring, that's fine as well.
Okay.
Yes, Mrs. Felicia, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah, your audio is quite low. I was asking earlier that has it been like being a part of this movement, taking care of the needy, and that is what God actually said we should do. That's what Jesus would want everybody to do. And has it been you being part of this movement?
Let her come here.
Yes, because your audio is quite bad. We can't seem to hear you very well. Yes, viewers, it's quite amazing to know that we still have the Mother Teresa like people with us in our society. I'm thrilled, I went through a website and I'm like, wow, in our time, this is so similar. If you have studied Mother Teresa before, you will know that this is quite similar to what she did. And one thing I love about this very woman, this mother, is that the zeal, the energy to still go on regardless of the, like in a society where we live in, the economy is quite bad, and they don't care whether they are getting old, they are aging, they just want to do more, they want to keep doing more. It's really something everybody should keep into. And I have with me already Mrs. Felicia with us. Good morning, ma'am, again. Welcome.
Good
Can you hear
morning,
me?
Princess. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Good morning, Princess. Yes, it's been a pleasure to work to be on your program. My mother Orezoa was introduced to me when I wanted to do this sort of work myself, but on I'm a lay person. I'm not not a nun, and because she has the same aspirations as I have. So we teamed up together at the beginning, and we have managed to get a home, help her to get a home, where because she was mixing up those destitutes and the orphans together in one place. So we've helped her to buy a home, the first home, an orphanage where they still have it up till now. This was in Kaduna. That goes back about 2008 or 7. So we've gone back quite a long way. And she has expanded through the help of, good people like yourself and everybody else. Now, our main focus now, because she has managed to get 2 places, one in Kaduna, one in Abuja, and then one in Ghana. Our emphasis now is on the one in Edo State, where she's in need to buy a property to house those orphans and those in need, the less privileged. She has really worked tirelessly over the years. She's the second Mother Teresa that we have in Nigeria.
I did say that earlier on my show that
yes,
she did that to Mother Teresa.
Yes, you did. And we're all here. Even in the UK branch, we have had positive results. People going around, we've been to many places since she came, and they have been quite helpful because they're very enthusiastic. A lot of people say, oh, this is the sort of thing we want to do. So I'm going to follow it up in the UK here. And hopefully things might be easier for her because, it's not easy relying on people in Nigeria, but here there's so many people who are enthusiastic and like yourself. So maybe things will be okay for us because we need a lot to be done at Edo, to have a home where we can house those children and bus to take them to school and everything else. We need quite a lot to be done. So we're grateful that, you have come in to assist us in finding a way out, funds to help us move ahead. We're very grateful to you.
Well, we thank God, Mrs. Felicia. It is the Lord's doing. Is it not what Jesus said? Jesus said we should do that. We should be a brother's keeper. You
Yes.
will give a helping hand to the next person. You might not know what your neighbor is even going through. And we are thrilled that you and mother, other people of that association, you are doing quite well to make sure you wipe the tears of people. We say well done. And now, Mrs. Felicia, you've been a part of such a movement for such a long time. And we know that, like Mother did say earlier, we have a lot of financial challenges here and there. And of course, that is where the major problem is when it comes to issues like this. You take care of a lot of kids, even the ones, family people at home, it's not easy for them. Let's say there's somebody with so many children. So we know the pains you're going through now. How do you think? What do you think individuals, not just organizations alone, but how can individuals key into this?
Yes, what we have planned to do, like I said earlier on, is have many our number of associate members here.
NGO.
Oh, we are going to open an NGO here in London here, and we hope by October it will be up and running, because a lot of people have shown interest and it's overwhelming. We saw them, last Saturday. We went for the meeting and the response was very encouraging. So we are going to take it up as soon as possible. Perhaps we'll have something set up in October.
Wow. October. All right. That is quite amazing. All right, that is quite amazing. I will throw the last question to Mother just before I go. Mother, are you there? Can you hear me? I did say this is the Mother Teresa of our time, because she's doing something very similar to what Saint Teresa did. Mother Teresa, what she did in her own time. She's changing the narrative. She has been able over the years to, not just there are a number of challenges that come with this kind of job. They know about not just the financial aspect alone. Now we'll talk about the emotions that comes with it, the stress that goes with it. Me alone, just doing my job, going home is so exhausting. Now you have to do for a lot of people. You have to think not just for yourself and your immediate family. You think for a lot of persons. You make sure that they are fine, they are doing well. And like Mother did say, even when they are okay now, they've gone to school, they are not graduate, they still come back to you to ask, where is my home? I can imagine that kind of a scenario. Mother, are you there? Yes, we need to bring Mother back on stage so that we'll wrap up the show. Yes, Mother, welcome back.
Thank you.
So I was going to ask Mother, how many children do you have in your home?
Oh, as I told you, we are in different place in Kaduna. We have, I think they're up to 20 children.
Okay.
And young mothers are there too.
Okay.
Wanted pregnant. Then in Abuja, we have 3 communities.
Okay.
You're talking of children alone?
Yeah, just the people you have in your home, not just children, people you're caring for.
Yes, in Abuja, we have the mentally ill.
Wow.
We have, we have for the men, that is why I'm funding the brothers. For the men, we have about 12 mentally ill. There we have 5 of them, women, and the other 7 are men. So that is another thing, because in Gwagwalada, if you know Abuja very well, we are in a Dagri. That's where the sisters will take care of this home. Then the brothers are in Dupa, after the barrack. We need a home for the men. So for now, as you heard Miss Felicia said, when in Kaduna, they were missed. So we have to separate them. So in Abuja, Dupa still need a home for the men, even for the young boys. And that's where we want to put the skill. There need to be a home for the young boys. So we have that. Then in Abuja too, we have the young mothers there who are expecting, And at the end, they say they don't want the child, but we don't do that until they deliver. When they have their babies, we cancel them again. Some agree to have, but they are afraid to go back home because of rejection and all, and society. So we encourage them to stay, help them, counsel them, to take care of their children. And by doing that, they also learn some skills before they go. We put them in catering, sewing, and all. So when the baby is about 1 year old or so, we're able to reconcile them to their family. Some their family refuse, We also assist some of them. It was very it was very interesting. I was in the bank one day. A woman was attending to me. She was smiling. She left her seat and came and hugged me. I said, "Who are you?" She said, "Ah, Mommy, you don't know me. I'm Jane." Jane, he said 2002 that she had a baby there. I encouraged her, and then the baby now is in JS2. I said, "What?"
Wow.
The boy is John. And now I encourage her to continue because her family did not accept her. So she learned a lot of catering in the home. So immediately she left, she was selling and taking care of herself. Now she trained herself, and some of her auntie helped, and now she's self. And she has never gotten a child since then. So I was very happy for her. So we have now in the home some young mothers. Then we have the children in the school. There are about 30 of them or 30.
Wow.
So in Dagari there, we have ages between 1 to 12. Then those in the secondary school, we have another community in Bako where the secondary school is. That's where the grown-up ones are. Then it's in Edo now that we are trying to. In Ghana, I don't know if you want to talk about that. That is another big work. We take care of the witch cap, the
Those
witches.
have
The
been,
witches,
when the society tag people or they've been disowned by
yeah.
their family and friends.
Yes. By even by their in the forest. So they have 5 camps there. So my sisters are working with them, different, locality in Ghana. So that is their main work. And forcing young children to marry for marriage, 12, 13 years. It's so sad. I couldn't believe until I went to Ghana myself and I saw, you know, I remember I was going on the street. I heard screaming. They grabbed this girl, put the girl in the bike, zoom, they left with the girl of about 11 years. The girl was screaming. I wanted to call the police. I followed, I ran, I couldn't. So I went to the community. They said, "Sister, please, that is our culture here." They have made agreement with the family. That girl is already married. 11 years. So it's so sad. So my sisters are trying to see how they can rectify that problem there too by talking. And some of the girls ran to us. They are in the home. I think there are about 8 of them now in the home in Ghana. And even the witches, the grandmother or mothers, they carry their children and give it to them because when their daughter died or there's nothing, they say it's the woman that killed their daughter, carry the child. So the children of the witches too are with us in the home. We have also opened school for them in Ghana.
Now, Mother Teresa did say that the poverty of being unwanted, unloved, and uncared for is the greatest poverty.
Yes, that is
I'm,
the
I'm
rest of.
afraid that you have taken it upon yourself in a world that, like I said, everybody's busy, they're in a hurry for their
Mhm.
destiny, not for others. And you do quite a lot, Mother. It's quite a lot. Not just the children, not the school, not just your wanted pregnancy, young mothers, even male people with mental issues. Now we're talking about those that the society have disconnected from or don't want to associate with. Well done, Mother. Thank you.
My dear is by the grace of God. If God is not there, you cannot. It's true.
It's true, but we still have to say thank you. A job well done. You take care
Thank
of the orphans. You take care of our young mothers, wanted pregnancy, like I said, mentally degrade people, and of course, even people being forced into early marriage, and even people the society have disconnected or don't want to associate with, termed as possessed by one spirit or the other. Well, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Anything you do, we'll pray that people will reach out to you. A lot more people will come on board to make it more easy for you because we know how difficult this
Yes.
is. Talking about the financing. Well, can you leave us with your contact again just before we let you go, Mother?
Yeah. My number is 080 08035 95 1455. 08035 95 1455. My email is oreswa@yahoo.com. And then the website, you can go there, you have a lot of information, and information too is www.anawinhomes.com. Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you so much, viewers. I've been on the show with a virtuous woman, with a great woman of God, a very amazing, wonderful, down to earth. She's a nun and she's Mother Agatha Onoma Reswa Shelo Ojeme, but fondly called or popularly called Mother Oreswa. She is the founder of the Anawim Homes and, of course, the Association of the Poorest for the Poor. Thank you so very much for being on the show. You're changing the world. You're inspiring some of us. You're inspiring a lot of young people to know that it's not all about you alone. It's about you, the love you have for others, how you're able to help others. That is what really matters, and that is what we celebrate here every day on the show. Thank you so much, Mother.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. We do
God
hope,
bless.
and of course, we'll try and get back to you. We'll do a lot of collaborations with you as well. We hope others also will key into this. Thank you so much, Mother.
God bless you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, viewers, this is the Community Heroes. You can see that my guest today, she is another, I call her another Mother Teresa of our time. If you go through a website and you go through that of Mother Teresa, it's quite similar. And if you see some of her images, I'm sorry I'm not able to display them today. Maybe next time when I bring her on the show. Of course, I'm going to bring her on my show again. We'll have to display some of these images. This is quite impromptu. And so we really appreciate her and every one of you out there that is doing well as well, to make sure you put smiles on the faces of people. Make sure you be being your brother's keeper. Make sure that the world is a better place for everybody to live in. This is the Community Heroes. I'm Princess Kessy. Now I leave you with this quote before I go. The poor give us so much more than we give them. They are such strong people, living day to day with no food, and they never curse, never complain. We don't have to give them pity or sympathy. They are strong people. And another quote says, we think sometimes that poverty is being hungry, naked, or homeless. The poverty of being unwanted, unloved, and uncared for is the greatest poverty. We must start in our own homes to remedy that kind of poverty. You must start in your society. Funny enough, your next neighbor might not be okay. Just look around. There must be somebody around you in need, in want. Reach out to them. Please reach out to them and make sure you be try to be your brother's keeper. Try to give a helping hand. Try to make sure that it's not just all about you. I know that the economy is hard. We're all in a hurry to one place or the other, but please, Mother Teresa did say also that you must not start with a full community. Just start from one person, and just maybe that one person will be enough, because you might just be saving a soul. Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much for being on the show today. We appreciate your time. Now, until I come your way again next week, don't forget to follow us on our social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course Twitter. Hit on the notification bell, subscribe, like our page, invite somebody to the page, and be sure to leave us with your comments. We'd love to hear from you. Remember also that peace is priceless, so let's always give peace a chance. Don't drink and drive, and be on water. Have yourself a very beautiful Tuesday. See you again next week.
SRTV.